Hello everyone! Welcome back to Story Time with Meggie. I am going to be painting my face in a totally different way today, like someone else. Because today we're going to talk about a movie that stars an imposter. The movie is called Gwanghae, or it's called Masquerade in Western audiences. It's called Gwanghae because it's about Gwanghae-gun, who was the 15th king of the Joseon dynasty. And it's called Masquerade in English because it's about a guy pretending to be Gwanghae. So that's why there's the title discrepancy, if you were curious. This film is one of a genre called sageuk. And sageuk films basically translate, no, not basically, literally translate historical drama. And that genre encompasses plays, movies, and television series, not just the dramas you think about when you think about the word K-drama. For a long time, people thought it was a dead genre. The first sageuk film actually came out in Korea in 1923, and then by the 80s and 90s it had sort of fallen out of popularity, so people thought it was kind of like over. But then the 2010s had a resurgence of sageuk films. Highest grossing Korean film in cinematic history is a 2014 sageuk film called Myeongbang. And incidentally, that film and this film, you remember we're reviewing Gwanghae, stars an actor named Ryu Seung-ryong, who is a fabulous dramatic actor, and he deserves your attention, so go check him out whenever you have time, because he's super great. Western audiences who have reviewed this film before often compare it to The Prince and the Pauper tale, which, while it is true that a poor man temporarily does sit on the throne, it doesn't end with the king choosing the simple life and handing over the throne. In fact, the rags to temporary riches portion is really the only thing that these two stories have in common. So just forget the comparison from here on out. So the main character is this actor, kind of clown guy, who gets hired due to his resemblance to the king to be a stand-in for the king on the nights when the king would like to escape the watchful eye of the Joseon court. And, you know, he's running off doing some not-so-kingly things. But stuff happens, I won't tell you what, and the king gets put permanently out of commission for a few weeks. But his inner circle doesn't want other people to know that. So they hire our actor guy to be a king stand-in full-time. We get shown the rigorous lifestyle and schedule of the king, of Joseon Dynasty kings, and a life which is, what is the total opposite of private? The absolute opposite of private. The incredibly observed life of Joseon kings. I'm talking like everything they did went on record. Everything they ate went on record. Everything they said went on record. The extremely tight schedule of the king and all of his meetings and all of the studying that he has to do. They even show the incredibly luxurious and delicious food that the kings ate, which explains why most Joseon kings died of heart disease or diabetes. They didn't have a long lifespan. Because they had all that yummy food. And of course, my favorite part, and the part which critics often cite as one of the film's best humor moments, is the movieㅅ experience, when the king, seeking relief, is told to poop into the movieㅅ, or apricot flower box, and he must do so with an audience of court women waiting to take the box away and deliver it to the doctor. He's pooping with an audience. And then his audience of court maidens, after he's succeeded in defecating, they all bow to him and announce, "Congratulations on your successful poop, Your Highness," which I think is hilarious. You know, good job pooping, sir. Our hero becomes moved by the plights of both the Joseon people and the people of the court. And he's, over time, as time goes by, the more he learns, the more he hears, and the more he gets to know people, the more he wants to take matters into his own hands. And he starts adjusting things and changing things for the better. He wants to make people's lives better. He even tries to rekindle the romance between the king and the queen. They had since fizzled, and he was like, "Wow, she's beautiful. I want to be with her." And she's like, "You used to like me." And so I'll let you actually watch the movie to find out how that goes. But I'll tell you, it's pretty neat. All of these connections with all of these people, everything that he goes through, allows him to sort of empathize with the Chosun people and the people of the court, start to exemplify the concepts of the ideal king. And, you know, King Sejong's beloved concept of Hongik Ingan. You know, this concept is supposed to be like this. The idea of benefiting the people should always be on the king's mind. The king should make every decision based on what's best for the people. And there's a contrast in this film with the real king and the imposter. The imposter is doing that. The imposter is prioritizing the good of the people, whereas before he came in, the real king was being super selfish and spending his night times with nighttime ladies. It's this contrast between the real king and the imposter, and showing what we all want our kings and our leaders to be. And I think that's super cool. It is a concept that I really, really enjoy, and I think that you guys would enjoy hearing about it too, but it's definitely something that we'll have to wait for another video for. And in fact, I think we're running out of time, so let me just, let's just move forward. Is this movie really historically accurate? The truth is, although the annals of the Chosun dynasty provide one of the world's most detailed, complete, and accurate records of the world, there are 2 weeks missing. During the reign of Gwanghae, there is a mysterious omission of about 2 weeks where we don't know what happened. And this film is an attempt explaining what went on during those missing 2 weeks. The fact of the matter happens to be, though, that these things were not omitted because they wanted to be omitted. Nothing during the Chosun dynasty was willfully omitted. Even King Taejong, big scary grumpy King Taejong, when he fell off his horse, turned to the record keepers and said, "Hey, don't write that." And they wrote down about both the fall and him saying, "Don't write that." So really, nothing ever gets left out. Historians have told us that the reason things are missing from the record of Gwanghae is because over time things went missing, got burned, got damaged, got stolen by the French. Definitely nothing was just willfully left out. It didn't happen at all. So the mystery is less mysterious than we might want it to be, but that doesn't make it bad. Sorry to burst bubbles. Gwanghae-gun himself was not the beautiful folk hero that the film makes him out to be. You know, the film shows us this like hero of the people, but the truth is even the fair tax law, which the film gives him so much credit for, was already in place during his first year as king. And in fact, he blocked it later. He said, get rid of this. So not the hero of the people that we thought he was, you know, or not the hero of the people that the movie tells us he was. But that doesn't mean that this film sucks. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch it. There's a reason that it is the 9th highest grossing film in Korean cinematic history. This film is genuinely funny. It had me laughing the whole time, and I don't usually laugh at historical dramas, you know? They're not ones that get you guffawing in your seat. But I was giggling throughout. There are genuinely hilarious human moments in this film, and it's worth your time. And even though the plot is not historically accurate, definitely the depictions of Chosun life, the costuming, the grandeur of the film, they're all worth watching. The depictions of Chosun royal life are very, very accurate and do match the records. So there is something worth your time if you're looking to be, you know, like educated a little bit or see an accurate representation of something. Just because the plot is embellished doesn't mean that the movie isn't worth a good watch. I even have a friend who's seen the film 9 times in theaters and then watched it more than 20 times at home. Can you believe that? Somebody has to think it's a good film if you can watch it that many times. Don't just listen to me, go check it out for yourself. After you finish watching enough Meggie videos, go download Gwanghei or watch it on Netflix or wherever you can find it and really enjoy this beautiful piece of cinema, and don't take it too seriously. Have a good laugh. And if you'd like to see other movie reviews, leave a comment and tell me what you want me to pick apart, destroy the accuracy of, or laugh at. And if you want to see our other videos, hit like and subscribe, ring that bell so you get a notification every time we upload. And don't take yourself too seriously, right? Until then, see you next time.